In this scenario, we have a preferred contact and a secondary contact, and either of those contacts do not have a salutation. So one or the other or both don't. And then we have two different conditions. One is that the first or preferred contact is male and the second or secondary contact is female, and they have different last names. Or the first contact is male or the second contact is not male. So we have these fields. So this is the field set field that should not be blank when this scenario is reached for the outside, and this is the inside field set that should not be blank. So if we want to take a look at the outside field, this is the formula, and it's saying here that preferred contact is not blank and secondary contact is not blank, and either the preferred contact salutation is blank or the secondary contact salutation is blank, and the record type is household or individual. And there's that first condition, preferred contact is male, secondary contact is female, and the last names do not match. So I'm going to stop right there, and we're going to test that scenario first, and then we'll go on to the next one. So also, if I look at the inside field, I called it first, second, first. So if we look at the inside field, we're going to see that the end result here is preferred contact first name and secondary contact first name. So that's why I called it first, second, first. And if we go back to the outside field, if we go clear down to the bottom to see what the result is, you can see that I'm referencing these formula fields. So remember when we put the contact outside test without cell on the contact? So these formula fields added to the contact object. We have this, basically it's the contact's whole name without the salutation, and we are using that field in this formula. So it'd be the preferred contact's whole name without the salutation and the secondary contact's whole name without the salutation. So I'm just showing you where I'm reusing these fields that we created on the contact object. And since we've already tested these fields, the result should be perfect in every scenario for that. So I'm going to close this down, and let's go ahead and go back to our testing document and do the first scenario here. So I have this scenario set up. So we've already gone over all of this, this is going to be, this first part's all going to be the same. And then this is where the first or comes in, right? So first contact is male, second contact is female, and the last names do not match. And we're also saying that the preferred contact first name and secondary contact first name is not blank. So if we go, here is that scenario. So here we have the first contact is male, second contact is female. They both have first names. One or the other doesn't have a salutation. And I need to make sure that the last names are different. All right. So this is the field set field that is not blank. So first, second, whole name without cell. So that's the field here, first, second, whole name without cell. And then for the inside field set, first, second, first. So if we look up here, first, second, first. So we know that that's the right combination here. And for the values, right, the result, it should be the preferred contact's whole name and then without the cell, and the secondary contact whole name without the cell. So Jeff Sampler and Mookie Blaylock. So here we have David W. Dart Jr. and Melissa G. Sample. And then for the inside is just the two first names. So the preferred contact first name and secondary contact first name. So that passed. Now the second part of this, the or, okay, so it's either this or this scenario right here. So let me go through, and we're going to stay on this scenario for right now. Like if I take out the middle name or take out the suffix or change the salutation so that this one has the salutation and this one doesn't, or both of them don't have a salutation, no matter what combination I put in there, we should still have the same result, right? Except now the middle initial is gone. Now this looks very similar, but it's the spacing. There's two spaces here because the middle initial is gone, and then there's something weird with the comma here that has space before the comma, and I don't know why that is. So my my formula doesn't have that. So I'm thinking that this is probably what you want. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. All right, let's go to the second statement here. So this one. So here we're saying that we've already done the combo preferred is male, secondary is female. So we're going to exclude that from this test. So we're going to say the preferred is not male, secondary is not female. That's where this not comes in. And we want to say that the preferred contact is either male or the secondary contact is not male. All right. So I'm going to go and do this scenario. And we're going to say that in this case, the first names are still have values, right? So I should get the same result, right? Both of these scenarios should produce the same result. So if I go in here and I say that, let's try it with the last names being different. So I'm going to say that if the preferred contact is male and the secondary contact gender is none, it should still be the same result, which it is. Or if preferred contact is male, secondary contact is male, it should still be the preferred first. Right? Same result, yep. Or if preferred contact is male, secondary contact is unknown, should still be the same result. And it is. Now I can do the same test again with the last names being the same. As long as the preferred contact is not male and the secondary contact is not female. So I'm going to just do the same thing that I did before with the last names being different, but leave the preferred contact as male and the gender now is none. Should see the same result. Yep. And then I'm going to change the secondary contact to male. See, nothing changed. That's good. And secondary contact is unknown. Same result. Okay. So now the other side of this formula is, and I wrote it kind of in here so that you can see. So preferred contact is male or secondary contact is not equal to male. So let's say that the preferred contact is none and the secondary contact, it's not equal to male, right? So we could do none and none with the same last name, should still be the same result. Or none and female, right? As long as this is not male and that's not female, we can test that out, should be the same. Yep. None and, it can't be male because that's a different scenario. So secondary contact cannot be male. So we could do none and unknown. Should be the same result. Yep. And we can do that same thing with different last names and start at the top again. There's a lot of different test cases. So none and none with a different last name. should be the same result. None and female with the different last name should be the same result. Yep. And none and unknown, because we can't have it be male. The different last name should be the same result. Okay. So then the next thing is maybe the gender is female, same last name, and none. Same result. Female, same last name, and female should be the same result. Yep. Female, same last name, and this can't be male, so it has to be unknown. Yep. And then we could do all this with different last names. So female, and let's start at the top, none. Same result. Female and female with different last names. Same result. Female and unknown with different last names. Yep, same result. Then let's switch it back to the same last name. The next scenario would be, I think we did the male already, so unknown and none with the same last name. Same result. Unknown and female with the same last name. Same result. Unknown and unknown with the same last name. Same result. And then you could do the whole thing over again with different last name. So unknown and none should be the same. Unknown and female. It's the same result. Unknown and unknown with different last name. Same result. So I think I tested all the scenarios that this could happen, and I feel like this is good. So let me go to the next scenario. Now we're putting everything back to like we had before, where we've got the preferred contact gender is male, secondary is female, and the last names do not match. And this time we have the first name, the preferred contact first name is blank, or the secondary contact first name is blank. So let me set that up so we can test those different scenarios. All right, so I'm going to say that her first name is blank. This is supposed to be male, this is supposed to be female, different last names. So for this one, we've got Dart and Sample household for the outside and inside. Because otherwise it's going to look like this. David Dart Jr. and G Sample, which is Melissa's middle initial, or David and blank. So that doesn't look good, right? So if we look at our formula, we can see that down here, it's looking at this part, this if down here. So if first name, preferred contact first name or secondary contact first name is not blank, then it's the two whole names together, right? Without the salutation. But if that's not true, then we're looking at, okay, if the last names do not match, or if the last names do match, then it's going to be the preferred contact last name and then household. But if they don't match, then it's going to be preferred contact last name and secondary contact last name household. So that's why it looks like this, Dart and sample household. So for the inside, if we go down to here, okay, if the first names are not blank, it's going to be preferred contact first name and secondary contact first name. Otherwise, if the last names are the same, it's going to be the preferred contact last name and household. If not, then it's preferred contact last name and secondary contact last name household. So that's why it looks this way. So this is the result that we should have in all of these tests, right? The same result should be, because the preferred contact's first name is blank or the secondary contact's first name is blank. So I could go through and do all those different scenarios within this scenario. So if I was to put a middle name back in, or switch this to be salutation and this to be no salutation, or switch this one to have a first name and this one to not, you know, and just to make sure that all those combinations still, at the end of the day, equal the same result, which should be Dart and sample household, right? So I feel like that works. Then, since we've figured that this works, right? Now we can try the other scenario where we've got the preferred contact gender is male or the secondary contact gender is not male. But we know for sure that we don't want the preferred contact gender to be male and the secondary to be female, because we've already got that case covered up here. All right. So, and this is for last names being the same or being different, doesn't matter. So I'm going to start this testing off again with the preferred contact being male and the second being none, and the last names are the same, and it should be the same result. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I confused myself because I changed the last names to be the same. So if the last names are the same, it's just going to be the preferred contact's last name and then household. It won't be like Dart and Dart, unless that's what you want. But it's just makes more sense to do it this way, I think. But we can change it if that's not what you want. Okay, so I'm just assuming last names are the same. So Dart household should be my result. So I'm going to just go through all the scenarios here. Not male and female, so I'm going to do male and male with the same last names. Still the same result, Dart household. And male and unknown with the same last name. Same result. Okay, so now I'm going to go and do this whole thing all with the same last name so we can just be consistent with our results here. So none and none. Dart household, Dart household. None and female. Same result. None and it can't be male, right? It's got to be something other than male. Same result. And that's it for that. So let's do, we've done none. So let's do female. Female and none. Same result. Female and female. Same result. Female and unknown. Same result. Dart household. Now we're done with female, so we'll go to unknown because we've already done male. So unknown and none. Same result. Unknown and female. Same result. Unknown and unknown. Same result. All right, so now we have finished testing with the same last name, so we do that whole thing again with different last names. So I think we need to start with male and none. Oops. So it should be Dart and sample household. Male and female, we don't want that combo, so male and male. Same result. Male and unknown. Same result. Okay, now we're done with male, so we're going to go up to none. None and none with different last name. Same result. None and female. Same result. Dart and sample household. None and unknown. Yep. Now we're doing female and none. Different last names. Same result. Female and female. Yep. Female and unknown. Yep. Next is unknown and none, different last names. Same result. Unknown and female. Same result. Unknown and unknown. Same result. I think that's all the combinations. So yeah, it's a lot to test this particular one, but I think it passes all the tests unless there's some different kind of logic that you would want to see. But let me know.